go, I don't know if he's gonna save my soul from this life I live that's full of sin. I just hope he welcomes me home. Hope he welcomes me home. Well, all them years ago when I was just a little boy in them churches on my knees saying praise to the Lord, never understanding why into this life that I was born, always knowing that I was meant for something more. Then I spent some years shedding plenty of tears, trying to figure out right from wrong. And I've been kicked in the dirt and my heart still hurts from the girl that left me all alone. And I know one day I'll have a price to pay when I meet the big man above. But until then, this is life a sin. Hopefully he'll show me some love. When I go, I don't know if he's gonna save my soul from this life I live that's full of sin. I just hope he welcomes me home. Hope he welcomes me home. And I was running fast and loose with the devil by my side. And everywhere I turn, there ain't no place to fucking hide. And the rage in my brain, I locked it away in a cage, in a casket and a cave, and it's here to stay. Dear God, can you help me with this? Another day, another struggle, another bill to pay. I don't know how much more I can take of this insane, crazy world we're living today. And I'm gonna keep on praying, hope you hear what I say. Tomorrow is not promised, so I live for today. And therein lies the problems that I always face. I got the angel, got the devil, so I guess that we hang. And I spent some years shedding plenty of tears, trying to figure out right from wrong. And I've been kicked in the dirt and my heart still hurts from the girl that left me all alone. And I know one day I'll have a price to pay when I meet the big man above. But until then, it's this life a sin. Hopefully he'll show me some love.
Welcome, everybody. We're going to get started in just a moment, so sit tight.
I don't know if
Very
he's
excited
gonna
to hang out
save
tonight.
my soul from this life I live that's full of sin. I just hope he welcomes me home. Hope he welcomes me home.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome. Very excited to be hanging out with you guys today. Appreciate everybody being here, sticking around there through the beginning of everything. I am in the process of I'm a little behind on some things, and that's okay. I am in the process of trying to find the intro to the podcast, but we may have to roll without it. We may just have to roll without it. But it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, how's everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully you all have had a good weekend. I know I have. It has been an awesome weekend. Got to go see the Demon Jones show this weekend, so that was super cool. Got to talk with him, sit with him for a little bit. Freaking awesome. Got no complaints there. Super stellar guy. And yeah. Good show too, man. Killer show. I got to meet Big Buck Beezy. Nice guy too. I didn't realize he was kind of not maybe local to me, but close. So we may have him on the channel here soon too. But before we do that, we have today's guest, which I'm very excited about. This is somebody who I've gotten to know a little bit over the last probably a month and a half or so, and very excited to get to hear his story here. So again, appreciate everybody being here. Of course, we got Crazy White Boy Charlie says fuck. That's a thing, okay. I mean, fuck, yeah, sure. What's going on, Retro? Appreciate you coming over here and being here, my brother. Appreciate the shit out of that. Yo, what is going on? Holston, how are you doing? Don't laugh. Anyway, y'all. Let's get into it, guys. This is episode 15 of the React Attack podcast.
This is the React Attack podcast.
Guys, I love episode 15. What can I say, man? Stoked to be here. We're gonna start ramping this up, man. We kind of got people like in line now, which is kind of cool. Never had a line of people waiting to come on the podcast, so that's dope. Not a bad problem to have. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and introduce our co-host of the show. You guys know, man. This is the man with the plan. He's got the sauce because he's the boss. Mr. Cardiac Kid 86. What up,
What's going on?
86, episode 15 of the React Attack podcast.
Let's go. Yeah. Fuck, I'm tired today.
15 episodes. I hear you, bro. It's been a hell of a weekend, dude. So yesterday we went to this thing called Peck Thing. Well, you know what it is. It's like a big fucking like flea market type thing where people are selling cheap shit, old furniture, that sort of thing. And we usually go camping every year. Well, this year is kind of chilly. So it worked out that Demon was in town this weekend.
Go. Shout out to Demon Jones.
Shout out to Demon Jones, and can't wait to have him on the show. He does plan to come on at some point. He's got an album coming out in August, which we got to hear one of the songs from it last night, so I was super stoked about that.
Oh, lucky.
And Cardiac's going to have some new content. He's going to have 3 new Demon Jones live performances up on his channel come soon.
Hell yeah.
So stay tuned to that. Because that's not my channel. That's Cardiac's channel. He does all the live stuff. He does all the live performances and all that. This is reactions, man. Go over to Cardiac's channel and see all the live performances that I or Cardiac himself get to go see.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
But speaking of live performances, man, we have a guest today for episode 15.
Yes, we do.
Monsieur Buck Forrest. Now tell us, because you were the one that introduced me to the guy. So tell me how you came across Mr. Buck Forrest.
Dude, I came across Buck Forrest. I don't even know when. It was a while ago. I want to say 2017-ish, maybe. I don't know. It was 2017-ish, 2018-ish. It was through Facebook somehow. I don't even remember how, but I've been following him for a while on Facebook. And that's how I found him.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I know you're like, dude, yeah, there's this guy, Buck Forrest. You got to check him out. And then, like, he just brought him on one day.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking here recently before the last month and a half. Even before that, we've been talking back and forth here and there. And, yeah, so, well, here we are.
You are, my man. That's what's up.
I'm glad to see him get back into music, man.
Well, good, and hopefully he tells us a little bit about like what happened, where he went, why he's back, where he started, and so we might as well just dive into the sauce. We're going to talk to him for about an hour, and then we're going to go about 15 minutes for members. It'll be members content only. So if you guys want to check out the rest of the interview, that last 15 minutes, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to dive into some like goofy, silly behind the scenes stuff on that. So if you want to check it out, join the membership. Y'all can do that down below. Hit the thing. Also, as you guys can check out Cardiac Kids channel right there. And then as we introduce our boy here, you can go ahead and check out Buck Forrest here. Without further ado, Cardiac, we might as well introduce our boy.
Hopefully everyone likes this. Hopefully.
So let's set this up because I feel this is funny. So normally I do the intros and I stress about them. And this time I was like, Cardiac, you're doing a really good job of figuring out this program. Let's see what you can do. And Cardiac made the intro tonight. So I'm stoked to premiere the first intro video that Cardiac has done for the podcast. So
Yes.
I'm stoked. You guys should be stoked because it's fucking lit. And here's the thing, man. You fucking introduce our boy, man. You introduce him.
All right. So here we go. It is Buck Forrest.
That's how you're going to do it?
I don't know.
You gotta be like, come on, man. Give us think like WWE or some shit, man.
I don't have the voices like you. Let's go. Do it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Buck Forrest.
Go ahead and buy my style, take my boots and tuck 'em out. Why don't you go and jack your job? You know where to find me in the cut. Rockin' trucks, dog, you know my pistol's cocked back. Fucking with a rebel, so you know where the squad at. Step up to the plate, bitch, you know where to find me. Get up out my face, bitch, you know where to find me. You can't replicate, bitch, you know where to find me. Baddest motherfucker from the Ville, come and try me.
Oh, I don't want to be there. We got Mr. Buck Forrest. What it is, Buck?
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Did you like the intro?
That was dope. That was pretty dope.
That's Cardiac,
Thank
man.
you.
That's Cardiac. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I dig that shit. And we'll play it on the outro too because that shit's fucking fly as hell.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, Buck, how are you doing, man? First of all,
I'm doing fucking great. I'm tired. I've been filming nonstop. I've been recording nonstop. I've been here, there, every fucking where. So I was at fucking church today falling asleep.
oh damn, but the grind is real, man, and Jesus understands, bro. You providing for that family and trying to do it while maintaining your sanity through your dreams, man. And that's if you can make that work, I think that's the sauce, right? Like if you can find a way to do what you love as a man and provide for your family in that way, dude, that's right. Am I wrong?
No.
I mean, I think as men, we could be miserable and do the 9-to-5 thing, which, like I do. I'm not miserable. I don't mind my job, but I mean, who doesn't want to follow their dreams and make money every day? When you wake up, you're like, I get to do this. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get to do this all day.
That's what's up, dude. So I want to dive in, and Cardiac, feel free to ask questions whenever you want. You can say, or just shut the fuck up. I want to ask a question. But I'm curious because yes, you and I have talked before. We've hung out on stream and stuff, all that. But I haven't really asked you a lot of questions because I've been waiting for this moment. Now, talk a little bit about music and growing up with music and your inspirations through maybe what your parents got you into or the music inspirations as a child. Because I know when I was a kid, I bought the Men in Black soundtrack and then 2 years later bought Blizzard of Oz, Ozzy Osbourne, right? So that's very different. So give us a little picture into you as a kid growing up with music.
So my grandparents listened to a lot of 80s and 90s country. So did my parents. My parents also liked to blare a lot of System of a Down and Slipknot. And what really got me into it was Limp Bizkit, right? And that's where I got a lot of my inspiration for music. And then later on, I listened to Hollywood Undead and shit like that. And later on, I started discovering country rap, and it all came together. Because me as a person, that's kind of the stuff I talked about anyway, so it almost kind of made sense.
Right.
So I think that's interesting because you're my parents would blare Slipknot and shit like that, which is what I grew up with when I was in high school and shit. I knew everything about the band. Stain was another one that I listened to. So I think that's interesting. Do you feel that plays a factor in what you write today, where because that stuff is much heavier than, let's say, there is some pretty heavy country rap out there, I would say, but being those two different genres, how does that heavier stuff influence you?
Writing style for sure. So instead of using direct words, I use a lot of show words and poetry and shit, and I get a lot of that from older music that I listened to when I was growing up, a lot of rock music.
Okay, it makes sense. Hell yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, because those guys, when they don't have a lot of space to kind of spell things out lyrically, they kind of sum things up in a certain way. Whereas, I think with rap, you get a little bit more space to kind of tell your story if you choose to do that, right? If you choose to fit that story within that beat.
Right.
That's cool, man. Anything else you want to touch on with the childhood stuff? Like, was there any kind of like that really stood out to you? Was it country music, or was it like what stood out to you as a youth more so than any?
I suppose I forgot to mention like Eminem and stuff like that. So when I was a child, we moved from Missouri to Virginia. And I remember I was like 5 or 6 years old and I had a fucking CD player. And I had I want to say it was Curtain Call or maybe the one before that. I can't remember exactly, but I had an Eminem CD and we were moving stuff into our new house. And like I was like 5 or 6 and I knew every word of this fucking album. And while my parents were moving stuff in, and now I had, yeah, I had my headphones on and I was singing every word. And I was like, when we go back to Missouri, I want to do a concert and I want to sing this whole album. And they're like, that's not really how it works, but sure.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
At 6 years old, Buck Forrest was already on some like get me on that fucking stage.
So then whenever I was in maybe early middle school, I had a MP3 player, right? And it had like a recording, like a recorder on it. So I would get on LimeWire and I would download like popular beats onto a disc and I'd pop it into my stereo. And then I would write music and then I would rap while the stereo was playing and I would record it on my recorder. And I made a whole album like that. I was like 6th grade, 7th grade, maybe.
He was really doing the damn thing back then.
I was trying.
Hey! Your mic took a shit.
Mine?
There it goes.
Oh, it's back?
Yep.
Okay. Well, sometimes it'd be like that. No, it's like it's not unsimilar from like when I was a kid. I remember setting up like an old camcorder in the basement with the band and just recording us live in the basement just to hear how it sounded outside of us playing it together.
Right.
And you do what you got to do, man. I mean, shit, hell yeah. There's probably a lot of kids who wouldn't have come up with that whole thing, but like you wrote an entire album. How old were you? Was that 6? You said
that was when I was in 6th grade.
Oh, okay. Well, still, I mean, shit, man. Like, good night, dude.
Right.
That was around the time like Soulja Boy came out and Justin Bieber. So like the idea of getting famous on the internet was starting to pop into people's heads. So I was like, I gotta join this. So I made YouTube, I made a MySpace, and I put all my music on there and shit. None of the stuff exists today. I have it on a disc though somewhere.
That's what's up.
Hell That's yeah. Awesome.
I remember MySpace. Yeah, I'll never forget MySpace. Good times. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about that because you've obviously been on social media doing that whole thing for a long time, way longer than I have. I always was like, yeah, this would be cool. This would be fun to do, and never really did it. But right from the jump, you were out on there. So tell us a little bit about that experience because I think you've had some kind of success on social media, right?
Yeah. So I want to say when I was 18 or 19 years old, whenever I moved out, I took into doing like skits and comedy and rant videos, and I would put that on Facebook and I would put it on YouTube. And it was really just for shits and giggles because I'd watch people like Outlaw or like Upchurch or shit like that, just these goofy redneck people making these funny fucking videos. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I was like, at least until I can make a good enough fan base and then acquire money to do the music thing. Well, so anyways, I was just making random videos and I put them on Facebook and YouTube. And then one day I put one up and then it hit like 1,000 views in like an hour. And I was like, oh shit. And then from there on out, I started thinking about the kind of content that I would put out. And then my views would start going up. And then I got to a point where I was hitting 500,000 and 1,000,000 views. And that was only on Facebook though. On YouTube, I could never fucking acquire that. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah, I don't either, man. I just throw shit up and hope to God it works. And then when it works, I just do that.
So I did videos for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, every single day. Every fucking day I'd put a video out and I would spam it everywhere. And I would be able to put it in groups. And this was back before Facebook was like so hard on spam.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If I tried, because like back then you could go click like 100, 200 groups and just post it. Well, now you can only do like 10 at a time.
Oh, shit. Yeah, they probably stopped that. People spamming that shit way too much, or they found a way to make money off of that shit somehow.
Right, because they want you to use their promoting instead of doing it yourself. So I would do that for a while. And one day, I was always still writing music. I never really had a way to record. I had a computer, but I didn't really know nothing about that stuff. So somebody told me about this web-based music software. Instead of it being like an actual program, it was like on the internet.
Yeah.
And so I took an Xbox headset and like I recorded my first song. And it was I mean, the lyrics were cool. The quality was ass. And so then I gave up for about another year and kept putting videos out. And then one day I had like an album worth of shit written. So I was like, I'm gonna find a way to record. So, I get on YouTube and I'm like, how can I record having no money? It says you need an iPhone and you need some kind of microphone. Well, iPhone's got GarageBand, and
Yep.
back then Apple headphones had a wire and had a mic on it. So I would record in a corner. I would take like fucking like a bed spread, tack
Hell
it to the wall in a corner, and I would rap in the corner with this thing. And my first album, what the fuck was it called? Burning Bridges. um,
Hell yeah.
I made that on GarageBand that way, and then my second album was half Apple headphones, and then half with a real microphone. But I still didn't know anything about mixing and mastering, so it was really just laying tracks down.
Just getting the process of laying the tracks down and understanding how that shit works first before totally understand that, man.
And if you listen to my first two albums, you can tell the quality difference. But like the lyrics have always been there.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, you sent me shit. It sounds like you've been writing since, or at least rapping and doing that shit since you was a real little kid, man. And so at that point, you understand flow at a young age. You understand flow. You understand how that shit works. Do you feel like that shit just came natural to you?
I think it has to do with me, enjoying music. So like as a child, I'd be in the back of the car and my parents would be like blaring music, and then instead of trying to get it out of my head because it was too damn loud, I would just be back there understanding the metronome. And if you understand metronome, you can write music.
That is to me the basis of it. I mean, especially when it comes to rap, if you can understand timing. And I think that's the biggest issue that most people who are trying to learn how to rap or learning how to rap is a timing issue.
Yeah, it's something you gotta have ingrained in you, though. It's not like, I mean, I guess you could like, if you have to think about timing, I think that might be a problem, because like it should just come natural. You should just naturally have rhythm.
I kind of agree with you on that one, man, because I don't remember when I learned it, but I just know that I always kind of knew, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
I don't have rhythm. I can tell you that right now. I have no rhythm.
I think you do, though.
I totally missed a step. So when I was in high school, I attempted to make music again. So I had a school laptop and it had Adobe Audition on it, and I would go fucking steal like drum lines, and then I would create synth, and I would make dubstep. I would make horrorcore rap. I would make all kinds of weird shit.
Hell yeah.
All of that stuff's still on the internet.
That's what's up, dude. Well, I mean, fuck it. You, in any way that you can use these assets, right? You have an opportunity here, and you miss every opportunity you don't take.
Yep.
And that, even if you can look back at it and go, man, that was rough. Like it's an experience that you learned from, and it got you to where you are today, which is, probably way further than you ever thought you would be.
I used to have a girlfriend in high school, and she told me I shouldn't rap because I'm not black.
That's crazy, dude.
I ended up not sticking around with her. The fucked up part was she was black too, so she's like, "You shouldn't be stealing my culture." I'm like, "Whatever."
Well, I mean, the world, that's just what everybody does. Everybody steals each other's culture nowadays. It's just what it is. We're a melting pot, and you got to accept it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if the music's good, the music's good. Black, white, or other, man. I don't care. That's how I look at it.
I agree.
So out of high school, man, in high school, you decided to start doing the rapping thing again. Did you find any kind of success in high school?
No, so I didn't want anybody to know who I was. I'm really weird like that. Like I like to be really discreet.
I'm the same way, bro. I'm just starting to get a little more comfortable with like my personal life, people knowing what I do. So
right. Like that's why even on Facebook I don't post nearly as much. I only post when I know it's something very serious. I know it's gonna get traction. Whereas before I'd post if I wouldn't give a fuck if it was gonna get traction or not.
Right.
But I like having a clean cut page. But so in high school, I went by Inferi, which is Latin for I don't know, something fucking satanic. I don't know. I can't remember now.
You're
But
rebelling and shit. You're like, fuck, I'm a rebel, man.
yeah. So I would post all these songs and they were going around the school, but nobody had knew who it was because none of the pictures had me or not directly. Like I would have a mask or maybe it was like really edited. You couldn't tell who it was. So like everybody was listening to these songs, but they didn't know who the fuck it was.
That's awesome. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
And like there'd be other rappers in the school and I'd put out diss tracks against them and they didn't know who the fuck was dissing them.
Now that's funny, man. That's funny. That's kind of cool that because like in my school it's more like there was like a big punk rock culture, big metal culture in high school. It's not so much the rap guys really.
Yeah, when I was in school, there was a lot of like metalheads and emo guys, and that kind of culture. That was very for sure there. Nowadays, it's not like that. They're all like emo rap guys.
Yeah, what is this emo rap stuff? I've heard of this. Like, look, you got to remember, I'm an OG emo kid. I grew up in that shit, bro. I went from listening to metal to hardcore to emo hardcore to like all of it, man.
Yeah, I grew up in high school. I listened to a lot of Asking Alexandria and Bring Me the Horizon and shit like that. Nowadays,
before that, bro, I'm talking like Cheados and fucking Senses Fail and Silverstein and fucking.
Hey, Craig Owens has his own standalone album where he remasters, or not remasters, but like reimagines a lot of his hit music.
That's true. Yeah, I've heard that. He was also in The Sound of Animals Fighting, and then he was in this other band,
Destroy, Rebuild Until God Shows Drugs.
Yeah. Oh shit! See, now you're taking it way back because that's true. Holy crap! Yeah.
Yes, there's a song called "Mr. Owl Ate My Metal Worm," and if you write it the other way, it still says "Mr. Owl Ate My Metal Worm."
That I didn't know. There was another band. It was like a super group of like a bunch of emo guys.
I think that's Drugs.
No, it wasn't Drugs. It was something Cemetery something or another was the song. I can't remember. My stupid ex listened to it all the time, and I remember because she put it on. I was like, "Is that fucking Craig Owens?" And she was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Is it this guy?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, that's fucking Craig Owens, like from Cheados."
That's crazy.
That's cool that you know all that shit because like that was like my scene was like that and like so it's like Slipknot, Stained, and then I eventually got into like From First to Last. This was before fucking Sonny became Skrillex.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, dude, that man, my high school and the end of middle school, that's all I listened to.
What was Skrillex?
No, fucking all the stuff you're naming.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right, cool.
Like Amberosa and fucking Atreyu and.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember. Oh, dude, and Atreyu
dropped.
Yeah, we do. What was it? Bullets and Butterflies or whatever from Atreyu or some shit. When that song dropped, it's like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? This is sick. Let's go.
You remember when everybody hated Hawthorne Heights and now that's like a cool thing to like?
What is that, dude? It's like to like that band. They're like so popular now.
That's so weird. Like that was the group that everybody hated. Oh, dude, I loved Broken Side.
Oh yeah, I remember Broken Side.
So that's kind of what. So when I was doing the whole emo music thing, that's what kind of got me into wanting to do rap again. Was listening to stuff like that. I didn't necessarily make emo rap per se, but that emo rap is not the same emo rap they got today.
No, I wouldn't imagine. No, and I would even think like so I've been listening to a lot of Doobie lately, and I feel like his shit's kind of like almost in that emo vein in some ways because. Some of his shit is very like shitty relationship, like sad type shit. Yeah. Which I like it. I like it.
It's poetry.
Exactly. What up, July? How you doing, sis? Good to have you here. Subbed up. Let's go. Yeah, you don't want to miss Buck Forrest.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be dropping some reactions. We do have a reaction on a live. If you want to check it out, July, we have a Buck Forrest reaction on a live. But we'll be dropping uploaded Buck Forrest reaction. So he's got some content coming out, which we will talk about before this is all said and done. All right, so high school. You're out of high school. You graduate. What's the plan, man? Where are you going? Is like music your direction, or were you like, I just need to get a fucking job? Like, what's up?
So I was expelled from school.
It's been there.
But I ended up going to an alternative school, right? Well,
Shout out to man. That's what's up.
I had moved out at my parents' house because in Missouri at 16, 17, the cops can't do shit. So I went and stayed in my buddy's studio, like recording studio, which in reality it was just a fucking gaming desktop and a couple shitty plug-in microphones.
Been there.
But
I slept in a studio before too, but man, let's
and
get
so I was making a bunch of dubstep while I was there, but
Yeah.
and we attempted to make a rock band because I was gonna be a vocalist because I can do screamo vocals and shit, which I might utilize soon.
We should talk then.
So I'm staying in the studio, and there's no bed. Like he has a bed, but I'm obviously not gonna sleep with the fucking guy. So I literally sleep on the ground inside the studio room, and
Oh yeah.
finally we find a fucking couch on the side of the road, and we break one of the arms off, and we get it inside of his house, down his stairs, and into his bedroom. That becomes my bed. Well, I had a girlfriend at the time, and I ended up getting her pregnant.
Oh shit. Oh, I've been there.
And so I was 17 years old. I get her pregnant, and she's like, "You need to get a job." So I go work for McDonald's, and at the same time, I have to go to school, alternative school. They send a bus. Well, I didn't transfer my bus route to where I'm staying now, so I have to every single morning walk all the way to my fucking parents' house, which is like 3 miles. Which, when you're 17, that fucking sucks.
That does.
I mean, I guess I was used to because I kind of walked everywhere. I mean, I had a car before I'd left, but leaving, they weren't gonna let me take the car.
Right.
So I'd walk to school, or sometimes I would go to school. I would really not. I was working, and then eventually the school people were like, "Hey, you need to fucking get it together if you want to graduate on time." Long story short, I ended up graduating early. Well, not graduating early. I completed school early. I walked at the right time, but I finished
Right.
school like 6 months early. So I was able to buckle down on work. I became employee of the month at McDonald's for fucking like 7 months straight.
Hell yeah.
Ended up having a kid. Moved back to my parents' house to be able to deal with that. Only for like a few months though. So, because I had money saved up, I just needed to save a little bit more, and then I had enough money to get my first apartment.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then me and this girl ended up going and living in our apartment when I was 18, and we ended up splitting up. I lost the will to fucking work. Like, I had a child with her. It was like my whole entire life. We
Right.
were high school sweethearts and shit. And so I kind of lost my job. Ended up losing my place, ended up going back home to my parents for a few months. In the process, I meet the woman that I'm with now, and this is like 11 years ago now.
Damn nice. Congrats, man.
So my ex dropped my son off with us, and we kind of had him ever since. He's grown up to know my wife as mom. We never forced it on him because I'm not really into people calling their step parents mom or dad or whatever.
Same here, bro.
But
Same
he naturally did it, and because she met him at 9 months old, so that's mom.
That's always known. Like, yeah,
Right.
that's mom for sure, dude. No doubt about that. But that's what's up, dude. And good for her for stepping up and taking that role, because like you said, man, I feel like it can't be expected, right? Like, I'm not the hugest fan of it because I kind of similar situation. Like my stepkid, or not my stepkid, my kid's stepdad, she calls dad too. So like whatever. Like, I look at it this way: the dudes looked out for my kid when I wasn't around, so like. I respect the guy for that, and hey, man, as long as she understands, who I am and who he is to her, then we're good, man. I leave it at that. But it can always be a weird spot to be in, so like kudos to her for stepping up and kind of just taking that role, man.
So I end up going to work. I end up going to build retaining walls for years on end, and at this time period, I start I record stuff, but this is when iPhones didn't have that much space on it. So like I could only have so many videos. And I didn't really promote anything. I'd put a few things on Instagram here and there or Facebook or something. And eventually I started taking it serious, and that's when I decided, oh, okay. So I go into my old job, and which is McDonald's, and I had a cutoff shirt on, I had a buck knife on my hip, and one of the Mexican dudes in the back, he was like, "Oh, you're Chuck Norris," like saying I looked the way I was dressing. And my buddy that was with me, he was like, "No, he's the redneck Chuck Norris. He's Buck Forrest." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm keeping that name forever, dude."
So that's where the name comes from.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what's
supposed
up.
to be a real redneck Chuck Norris.
That's what's up, dude.
And so I had a character. Like if you watch some of my earlier videos, I'd have like a little bit of an accent. I would put a little, like I would kind of alter what I would wear a little bit. Like I would wear like really curved camo hats and shit,
Gotcha.
and all the fish hooks and the dip cans and shit. So I would do it that way, but then I got to a point where naturally your character and you actually just kind of meshed together, and then it just became natural. And putting videos out, eventually did music, and here we are.
Well, shit, man. That's crazy. So let me ask you this, like with the music stuff, like when did you see it? Because you said you were putting out videos. When did you see it was a good time to start releasing music? After high school and all that.
So I would do Facebook Live. And it was because before people started doing panels on or on YouTube, they would go Facebook Live. And I would watch people like, I'm not going to name anybody, but a lot of the people that are in the community now. And I was like, okay, I want to do that. Well, I would go live every single night, and I was taking followers from theirs, and they were coming to mine. And I noticed that my fucking view count was like 100, 200 and shit. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, which is crazy is I actually had a lot more success before I made music.
Oh, shit.
Ironically.
Yeah.
But so then I was like, okay, I think it's time to start making music. Because that's all I wanted to do is I wanted to build a following first.
Right, so you could have a place to like put your music so people could listen to it for sure. And
and network and get to know people and meet the right people and
get good feedback and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, man. All right, so let me ask you this: the first conceptual album or the first idea of an album. What are your thoughts when you go into that? Right, so like you've decided music is the thing that I'm doing. I've written some stuff. You go to put out your first album. Where are you at in your mind with it?
So since I was a part of the country rap community, I try to take inspiration from like what other people were essentially talking about, not necessarily like stealing ideas, but like I would rely heavily on like where I'm from and things about where I'm from. So like I had a lot of Jesse James Jesse James like related topics and like Shoal Creek and Valley Motherfucker and all that shit that you hear in all my earlier music. So like I was really trying to put on for like the hometown thing.
Oh hell yeah. Okay, cool. That's what's up, dude. And like do you think like that shit's a lot different than what you're putting out now or what you're working on now? Like how different do you think it is?
So when I first started, I was trying super hard to be country rap, like for sure. Now I just make music, and since that's the whether it comes out country or rap or both, or like for example, I have an acoustic country song that I'm about to put out too. And I just put out whatever the fuck I want at this point.
And that's what's up. I feel like that should be the ultimate goal. If you're able to put out what you want, you're doing it.
Like my last album had like one or two country, I think 3 country rap songs on it in total. Like the rest were just hip hop.
Right. Yeah, no, which is cool because you're keeping that raw element of who you are, but you're exploring the artist side of things, and that's what I don't want somebody to stick to a specific genre. I would love to hear like a rock hip hop song, and then next a country song on the album. I'm totally cool with that texture.
Oh yeah.
And it shows me that like you can span genres, you can do different things. You're not just locked into one thing, which I feel like even a lot of people who are considered country rap, I don't think I've ever even heard a banjo in one of their songs. So yeah, I feel like if you're gonna say you're a part of country rap or that's part of your thing, you got to have some country rap in there, not just
right.
pop.
So like my first, I want to say three albums were country rap through and through. My first album, I was trying to be country rap. Second album, I had it figured out. Third album, it felt natural. And then by the time I did my fourth album, I felt burnt out because I've already talked about everything I could at the time talk about country rap related. So then I start branching out and making other things. Like I got a club song called So What. It's about like it's a mixture between like being in the club or like your bar or whatever, or maybe even being downtown Nashville or something, but being like intoxicated, whatever your vice may be, whether that's drugs or drinking or whatever the fuck. So I got the song called So What. And then I have a lot of, I have one, two, three, I got about four songs that would kind of go more towards like Christian rap, but I wouldn't 100% say it's Christian rap, but it's very influenced by it. So like my song, Give Me a Sign and Mind Right. And now I'm about to drop one here in a couple days called Change My Ways.
Maybe in a way like poetic prayer.
Yeah.
I got you. Not so much a religious song, more or less a conviction.
Kind of like Jelly Roll or Caskey or, stuff like that. Stuff that's like not necessarily Christian, but very conflicted.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm into it. I love stuff that gets your brain to think and makes you look at things differently. Real quick, Fred says, "Hey, July just subbed to Buck's channel. That's what's up."
Oh shit! Shout out to Fred.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, if you got Fred in your corner, dude, you're gonna be all right, dude. Fred's the shit. He's definitely a good ass dude.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, hell yeah, man. All right. So let's talk a little bit about so where you're at now, you're working on stuff. What are you about to drop? What's new? What have you just dropped recently? What are you about to drop? Let's talk a little bit about that.
So last month I dropped So What, or not So What, No Face, sorry. I dropped No Face, my first music video and first song in 2 years. And I don't know, the reason why I stopped putting out music was I just got burnt out, man. Like I felt like I needed to go live life, right? Because like I've already wrote everything of my 20 some odd years of life at the time up until that point, and then I was like, dude, I don't know what to fucking talk about anymore. So I went out and lived life, and now I kind of got bored in life, and I pushed everything else aside and decided to keep chasing music. And I had a couple songs that I was sitting on from That's Unique Tennessee. What's up, Bug? What am I? Hell yeah. I had a lot of music that I was sitting on from my break, and so now I'm starting to put videos behind it. So like here in a few days, I'm putting out Change My Ways. I went and shot a video for it the other day. I even bought a gimbal, a bunch of fucking badass RGB lights, a bunch of tripods,
tax write-offs.
Hell yeah, I got all kinds of shit.
You got to, dude. It's crazy, dude. I bought a bunch of stuff last year, like the guitars and shit I bought. Thank God I bought them because I was able to write that shit off of my taxes. This year, I'm like, where can I put money at? Where can I put money at? Just to invest back in the business, or the government loves to, I'd rather not owe the government. So if that means I got to spend money, then well, hey, let's do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just upgraded everything. Well, I'm on my computer now, but I got all fucking new monitors, badass interface, new microphone. Fucking, I got my
shit. The government's gonna owe you money, Bubba.
And then all my fucking video equipment too.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. Real quick, that's Unique Tennessee. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you being here and supporting Buck and supporting independent music as always. Real quick, we'll answer that, or we'll ask that in just a second. Hologram, how are you doing, loves? Good to see you in the chat, darling. Good to see you in the chat.
Hologram.
July says, what's your favorite emotional song that you've done?
I like Mind Right, and I like Give Me a Sign. If you want to go into earlier music of mine, I got Rebel on the Run. I got Mersington. I'm sure there's a few more. You really just have to get on my Spotify and just go through it all and listen to all of it and find them.
For sure. And I recommend that you do. Get on there and support our boy Buck Forrest. He's been around for a hot minute, been doing his thing. He's getting back in the game. He's greasing the wheels like a motherfucking slip and slide. Phil's favorite emotional song is It's Raining Men. That's disgusting. All right.
This-
So what's up?
The song that I'm putting out, probably can't even see it, but it's got a great location. I got a badass thumbnail for it too.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell
That's,
yeah, dude,
that's a
that's
dope
dope.
thumbnail. I got this perfect spot for a music video, and I'll send you a picture. I'll stop by and take a picture and send it to you, but because you'd be like, "Holy fuck, that's so perfect!" And if we ever do like a feature, I'll have you come up and we'll fucking film here. I'll have to get permission because there's like private property, but I know people who know people in the town and shit, so we could figure it out. But you'll see why it's perfect once you see it. You're like, "Holy fuck, that's just like." Anyway, I love writing emotional music too, dude. I can't seem to not write about relationships. Like there are songs. I mean, you've heard my diss track that I've done. You've heard a few different things. Like I'm capable of writing other stuff, but for whatever reason, man, I just always end up talking about these fucking relationships and these experiences and like. But I always end up trying to wrap my shit up in a way of like. Okay, it starts off shitty, and you could be like, "This is like a sad, shitty song. What the fuck?" But then it wraps up in a way of like, "I understand that like it was shitty, but now I'm digging myself out of that hole, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel." That's how I always try to write a song.
The song that's about to come out, it's about it's another song about confliction. So, I seem to get stuck in writing music about whatever gets you high, whatever that case may be. I don't know what it is, but it's so easy to write. I'm able to be very poetic with it, and it feels natural. Whereas when I write a country rap song, not saying that I have to fake it by any means, but I have to think about it a little bit more.
Gotcha.
Because
You can only talk about mud trucks so many fucking times.
that there, and then also the community will tear you apart if you sound like you don't know what you're speaking about, even though you do. You know, the community will tear you apart. Like, no, you can't do that.
Right.
You know,
You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
right? Exactly.
Real quick, Fred says Cardiac like that more than a 311 song. Yeah, that is Cardiac's favorite band. If you didn't know. Yeah, man, I enjoy the podcast whenever I get to catch them. Well, we appreciate you being here, fam. Seriously.
Yes, sir.
I'll hit Buck's Spotify too later, fucks. I got steak on the grill and a beer on ice, motherfuckers.
That's all I eat is fucking steak. If I'm not eating shittily McDonald's all the time, I'll be making steak all the time.
So put Buck's Spotify on now while you grill these fucking steak. You know, as a matter of fact, Fred, don't go anywhere because we're gonna go ahead and just, if you don't mind, Buck, you cool with reacting like a live reaction to a song right now? Is that cool? Can we do that? This is one we've reacted to before, but I want the audience to know what you're all about, man. Because I actually really like this song because it kind of calls out some shit. And you know, as a country rapper, Buck, I love the fact that you ain't scared to call out other motherfuckers in the lane, and I respect the fuck out of it. So, no holds bar, my man. Let's listen to No Face. You guys down for some No Face?
Hey, before you play it, so I got another song that I'm writing. It's not gonna have the same.
Yeah.
It's not gonna have the same cadence or anything, but it's gonna be the same style of song, and it's got the same shit talking in it. Well, obviously different words, but I'm gonna be doing the same fucking roasting through the whole entire thing.
Because I feel like even in a space of rebels, which is country rap, you can even be more rebellious against the rebels, right?
Yeah, that's why I haven't even really chosen a side per se. Like when it comes to fandom, you know, I'm more towards the church side, but when it comes to me being an artist and a businessman, I try to veer away from all that shit.
Correct.
And like I try to not fit in with any group.
Correct.
What's up, man? And that's the way it should be, man.
I like your post the other day. You said it's like politics. You got your left, your right, and then you got your extremist.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a good way to view country rap because it is true, though. It is.
a lot of people didn't like that post.
Well, they don't have to like it, but the facts are the facts, man. They can cry about it all they want, but reality is they can't, you can't dispel reality, man. Even Cardiac and I saw it last night, man. I get home from the Demon Show. I have it a Discord, and we're watching other country rappers make fun of other country rappers, and then they wonder why the genre suffers. They wonder why, and it's ridiculous, man.
If you want to make fun of someone, you got to put it on a track.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'll put it on tracks all day, dude. I don't give a fuck, dude. That's one thing I know I can do is write a diss track. I mean, it's okay. I at least it'll get by, but I can do that. So I'm just saying, man, these people got to stop this shit. And I feel like this is a good song to reiterate that to the masses out there and the people listening. So, guys, let's get into it. This is Buck Forrest, No Face.
No face, no case, pump the brakes, motherfucker. This a race, not a chase. Out my way, motherfucker. All shade, y'all ain't brave, just some lame motherfuckers. If you ain't a big dog, learn your place, motherfucker. Flags wave, max spray, Chevrolet, motherfucker. Systems bang all day, we don't play, motherfucker. Small town, big gang, you can hang, motherfucker. If you ain't a big dog, learn your place, motherfucker. I'ma hit the scene sliding, all these pussies hiding. Got my truck sitting heavy with the deadly team behind me. I'm just smoking while I'm flying. Bow tie riding, hear the Chevrolet rumble. Every mumble rap a crime, fuck the feds, the cops, fuck your team, and the ops, everything between. I hope your record label flop. Can't nobody stop me from reaching for the top. Till my attitude stay muddy like my buddies on the block. I be steady dropping bangers, pissing off the neighbors. Motorcycles on my driveway, flexing on these haters. Outlaw till my death, I don't recognize these fakers. Everything y'all claim to be on big dog dangerous. Crack a back, which is fun, y'all just spinning in them ruts. Every time I hit the mic, I leave a country rapper shook up in the street. Robbed his boots up off his feet. Motherfucker lining top from all the talkies, reps and sheets. No face, no case, pump the brakes, motherfucker. This a race, not a chase. Out my way, motherfucker. All shade, y'all ain't brave, just some lame motherfuckers. If you ain't a big dog, learn your place, motherfucker. Flags wave, max spray, Chevrolet, motherfucker. Systems bang all day, we don't play, motherfucker. Small town, big gang, you can hang, motherfucker. If you ain't a big dog, learn your place, motherfucker. Bitch, I'm sitting back, quiet, peeping game for a minute now. Simple-minded rappers need to pack it up and simmer down. The whole genre's flooded with some copy-paste gimmick clowns, spreading like a virus. Grab the gasoline and burn it down. Buck Forrest dog, steady plotting like a chess move. Crazy ass cracker, always rapping like the Reds do. All these cities slick as gatekeeping, that's a fed move. Kicking down doors, Buck squad, let the vets through. 10 years in, I ain't fucking with no one. Keep the beat muddy, buddy, peep the motion. I did it on my own, from my throne I'm chosen. These culture vulture dweebs, country scheme is broken. I'm going in. Ain't nobody stopping me, this backwoods lane. They making traction on the concrete, off beat. Always jeffing like it's Jump Street. Dumb fuck brain, always skipping like a drum beat. No face, no case, pump the brakes, motherfucker. This a race, not a chase. Out my way, motherfucker. All shade, y'all ain't brave, just some lame motherfuckers. If you ain't a big dog, learn your place, motherfucker. Flags wave, max spray, Chevrolet, motherfucker. Systems bang all day, we don't play, motherfucker. Small town, big gang, you can hang, motherfucker. If you ain't a big dog, learn your place, motherfucker.
Hells to the yeah, Miss your Buck Forrest fucking dropping bars, dude. He said, what is them city slickers, bro? Get the fuck out of here. He called out the motherfuckers in the lane that are actually in the lane, and he called out the motherfuckers that pretend to be in the lane.
Yep.
Hey, so I got a line from my next song. I'm just going to read off these two lines. I said, inspiration from the OGs, man. I think y'all like to rip them off. Your style is a gimmick as authentic as your views and bots.
Oh, my God.
Pushing for the drama like some pussies. Grab your nuts and cough. I ain't with the nonsense. Grab the chopper, aim, and dust them off.
Let's
Hell
go.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. Okay. So
These should have came out around fucking Dismas there. That's when
Dismas season, bro. Dismas season was wild, bro. Should have dropped all of that and not even put a name behind any of that shit. Just tell all these motherfuckers like I ain't dissing one mother. I'm dissing all you bitches.
That's kind of been my MO. So like if you go back and listen to my country rap music on like Plead the Fifth album, I got all kinds of little subliminal things in there against certain crowds, and I'm surprised nobody's caught on. Maybe they will after this.
Maybe.
I hope they do because
I said, all wave, no chatter, bitch. I'm really about that action. I do this for the culture. They just do it for reactions.
There it is. Look at that. There it is. I'm just saying, when you got big time reactors out here calling country rappers out for trying to pay him to do reactions to get to the front of the line, man, we got issues there. What does he say? Slap, but it's in rotation over here. Hell yeah, dude. Guys, get Buck Forrest in rotation on your playlist, man. Trust me. If you want to vibe, you want to get some good workouts in and shit. You want to get that you want them irons pumping. Get our boy Buck Forrest in your ears, man.
Hey, and these videos are just gonna keep getting better, and these songs are just gonna keep getting better too, because now I got better shit to record with.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Hell yeah, dude. All right, so we're here at the home stretch of the main hour of the podcast before we go to our little cool ass like fucking smoke sesh here. What's next? Okay, we know what's coming up here in the recent future and what has come in the recent past, but what's next? What's the bigger picture look like for Buck Forrest?
I got to start doing shows.
Ooh.
So I've been asked since like 2018 to do shows, and I'm just I keep to myself, and I get very homesick. Like I don't like traveling. I'm in a motorcycle club and I don't like traveling. That's fucking weird. It don't make any sense. But so people like my inbox, and this is why you'll see people like, hey, check your messages on my Facebook shit all the time, because I would refuse to get on there. My fucking messages are just, hey, do a show, do a show, do a show, do a show, do a show. And I'm like, fuck, man. And I think it's getting to a point where I'm going to have to do them.
I think so. In OG, Ant Pro 13 says, banger. It is.
It is. It's good.
We're actually planning a show for July 26th in St. Joe. I don't have all the details worked out. I don't know if I'm going to try to get other people onto the card or not yet, but we're going to be having a show pretty soon.
Let's look at maybe possibly booking. Let's get Buck Forrest to Apollo. I think we could do that.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know how we go about it.
It's where Demon performed last night. It's this dope little theater in a small town in Illinois called Belvedere. And they put on a bunch of different shows. They have like metal bands go through there, all kinds of different bands that go through there and shit. But that's usually where Demon ends up performing. Is there Adams performed there a bunch? I think Jelly Rolls performed there. I was gonna say like Big Buck Beezy was saying last night that he opened up for Jelly and Struggle at this venue.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he was saying last night. So
nice.
Yeah. That would be cool, man. Plus I want to get into that. I want to get into like booking shows and I just want to be involved in this music scene somehow, dude, in any kind of way, whether it's doing music reactions and doing shows, booking shows, hosting shows, hosting stuff. I would love to do that. Who is Just in Time, honestly? More like Ords running the fucking show now and making the badass fucking venues happen and hosting the badass fucking party weekends. And he's the new party guy. Let's do that, right?
Hey, I mean, it's third gen country rap now. Second gen is on its way out the door, so we're gonna have to need another number one party planner. Hey, if anybody's watching, it's really just a joke.
It is. Well, we're good natured ribbing is what we're doing here. We're having a good time here, folks.
Someone's gonna have to take over Church's spot. Someone's gonna have to take over Adam's spot. Someone's gonna have to eventually take Justin's spot.
That's just what it is, man.
That's just how it works.
And why not your boy? I'm just saying.
Hey, so I gotta plan my own show before I go do other shows. That's why we're doing one.
Hell yeah.
Because if I fuck up, I want to fuck up at home.
Well, we're pumped, and OG seems to be super excited too that you're gonna be doing shows. So yeah, and then, dude, anytime you want to come on the channel and promote those shows and let people know where they're going to be at, where what area you're going to be at, we will promote the shit out of it. We will let everybody know. We're here to support you as an independent artist, because to me, obviously I love the shit out of you, but whether we like each other or not, the idea is just to grow the independent music thing and show people that it is possible to do it yourself without having to sign your soul away to the devil. So yeah,
if you can find sound, like that's what everybody struggles with when they try to do it by themselves, is they can't find sound. But if you can figure out, watch tutorials, get the programs, learn how to mix and master, you don't need to go to a studio. Like,
no,
you can start small with cheap stuff and then work your way up to more expensive stuff. I'm finally at the point where I went into fucking Guitar Center and I was like, I want one of every expensive thing you have.
Hey, that's the way you do it, man. That's the way you do it.
But if you got to start with like a $30 fucking Amazon kit, then do it.
Well, and here's the thing: I got super lucky Shout out Dub 3030. That dude gave me a really good deal on my first song. Super polished song was my first drop. And then I'm following it up with my other project, which I don't think is quite as polished, but it's not supposed to be. It's more of like a rock punk / country rock type vibe on that album. And I'm okay with that. And the reason I am okay with it because I want people to see that progress. I want people to see the growth. I want people to see that people don't want to hear polished right out the door. It's like you got to set a bar for yourself, and once you meet that bar or go past it, then the next project's got to raise that bar, right? Like it's not even so much like it's challenging yourself, really, right? Creating a challenge for yourself, because it's not fun if you just are doing it out the gate, right?
Right. That was
Right.
another reason why I kind of stopped making music for a couple of years. Was I made like my last album, Trailer Park Legend. It was professional as fuck, man. And the amount of time I spent recording, writing, mixing, sending shit off to get mastered, or if I sent it off to get mixed as well. It was just a badass fucking project. And then I was like, how do I come back from that? And so like I spent time writing and writing and writing and getting better at writing and learning more about programs, and so I could make something better. And so finally I was like, okay, I think I got it. It's time to reintroduce myself. So I make a new reintroduction song, which is No Face. And now I'm about to go full fucking throttle again. But yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That's what's up, dude. Well, I'm super stoked for it. So we got a live show coming up. We got music videos dropping here in the near future, man. All right. So as we get ready to wrap this up here and go into the members content, the people who are here watching, the people who are going to be watching this in the afterplay or the replay, can you give them a little bit of advice for the artists out there who maybe shouldn't I get into music? What do you think?
If you want to get into music, but don't allow people to gatekeep you back. Don't follow these crowds. It's okay to get inspiration from these crowds, but don't get too in tune with these crowds, because they'll try to hold you back. And all these different groups can say they don't gatekeep, but they really do. Try your best to do things on your own. If you can find engineers, that's one thing, but like try not to right off the bat get stuck with a team of any sort, because that's what fucks a lot of people. And still to this day, if you go watch these other channels, you'll watch people from one side go to the other. They're like, hey, I can't fucking stand the side I came from. But then these guys will go over there and they'll do the same thing. Just don't pick a fucking side right off the bat. Wait till you're established. Because if you're not established, if you have an opinion about somebody that is established, the whole entire internet will rip you the fuck apart. Another thing is, don't worry about your sound all too much. Like, obviously, you want you want good sound, but don't beat yourself up if you don't have fucking Upchurch or Adam Calhoun sound right off the bat. Nobody's going to, unless you're going to these studios. And a lot of artists, they don't have money in the fucking first place, so it's not necessarily a good idea to go blow all this money at a studio, because that shit racks up. The amount of money that you spend on going to a studio, you can buy your own studio. Like, I don't even know how much it is to go record at a fucking studio, but I can imagine it's well over $100 an hour. So that shit will rack up, whereas each piece of music equipment could cost $50 to $100 starting out. So you could just do it yourself and learn how to do it.
And that's what I've been doing, bro. That's why I invested in all of this stuff. The beat pad, the keyboard, all of it is because the cheapest way to do it is just to do it myself. Like I've paid for the EP through, I've been working with Lorenzo Cole. Love the dude, great producer. And I will continue to work with him on things, but the idea is I would like to release music by myself. I don't want to have to send stuff off to get it mastered and then, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather I can do it myself. It's cheaper that way.
Right. It almost makes sense to not pay somebody to click record, right? It's like you can do that aspect, but not everybody has the ear to master stuff and mix stuff properly. So if when you're first starting out, maybe send it off to like Dub 3030 or Bobby Briscoe or fucking Codeine or whoever else is out there. Send it to these guys, listen to what they did, and then maybe go back and with your next song try to replicate that.
Absolutely. And mentorship is a good thing too. If you can find a producer that you like, somebody that you respect, and you really want to work hard and show them that you want to work hard, there's a good chance that these guys will help you out. They will give you
they'll give
advice.
you the sauce. I mean, like just the other
Yeah.
night, fucking, I was on the phone with Bobby Briscoe for like fucking 3 hours, and like
Hell,
he was like, "We really just need to fly you out here to give you a crash course."
that's what's up, dude. Do it. Do it. Go out there. Take every opportunity. Hey, you miss every opportunity you don't take, man. But
Yes,
all
sir.
right. We got to get into the members content. Yo, Buck, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us today, man. We freaking appreciate the shit out of you for it, man.
Yes,
Seriously.
sir, we do.
And
You might-
what?
There it goes. It's back.
Yeah, because I hit a button. Cardiac, do you have any
Oh.
questions? Anything you want to say to Buck before we?
Not offhand, no, I don't.
Well, I appreciate you being here, man, and thank you for the dope ass fucking intro outro. Buck will put you in the back, and then we'll bring you back once we end this portion of the show. But thank you, Buck, for hanging out with us, guys. Look forward to him, man. He's gonna be dropping music videos. He's gonna be fucking doing live shows, and if there's an opportunity for me to be there to support my boy, I will fucking do that. Thank you, Buck, for hanging out with us. We'll catch you on the member side of things. We'll be right back with him. Buck Forrest, everybody.
Go ahead and buy my style, take my boost and tuck 'em out. Why don't you go and jack your job? You know where to find me in the cut. Rockin' trucks, dog, you know my pistol's cocked back. Fucking with a rebel, so you know where the squad at. Step up to the plate, bitch, you know where to find me. Get up out my face, bitch, you know where to find me. You can't replicate, bitch, you know where to find me. Baddest motherfucker from the Ville, come and try me.
Hell yeah, dude. Buck
Hell
Forrest is the shit, dude. I'm
Dude,
into it, man.
yeah, same here, man. Awesome person, dude. I've always liked him ever since I found him. Obviously, I'm still here. And it's cool to see someone and not be afraid. Like, I wrote about everything already. He's like, what am I supposed to write about? I need to take some time off and go experience life and then come back. That's awesome. Not too many people are going to do that or say that,
Oh, I agree. Yo, Eras, what's up, man? Appreciate the $5 super says. Cheers, folks. Hope you are well. Well, we are well, and even more so now because the super chat. Thank you, brother. This one goes out to you, my man.
It's like a new pair of underwear, At first it's constrictive.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. That's what's up, dude. That's big time right there, man. Also, the intro was done by Cardiac Kid tonight, guys. Just so you know, we're gonna start putting like credits on those, so y'all know who do it. I will do them sometimes, but Cardiac will probably pick up the bulk. He's doing a fantastic fucking job. So make sure y'all show love to Cardiac because he's the one bringing the fucking heat. Cardiac Kid, man. Let the people fucking know, brother.
Shoot, you can find me at Cardiac Kid 86 on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, guys, go check out his channel. Like I said, he's going to be having some content. He's going to be dropping some. I recorded some videos for him to drop on his channel. He's going to be dropping some few, like 3. I think I did 3 some pretty popular songs Demon does. So if you guys want to watch the live performances of what I got to see, you'll be able to go check that out on Cardiac Kid's channel here. I think I should be able to email those to you. But anyway, so go check out him, guys. You guys know me. I'm Orts. Thank you, guys. If you're members, you're going to be able to watch the extra content that is happening after I ended this live stream. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the members who are sending so much love and support, man. You really are the sauce that makes this whole thing work. So thank you, guys. This has been the React Attack Podcast, episode 15. We'll see you guys on the member side of things. Join the membership. Get to watch the extra content. I love you guys. Remember, everybody, stay nuclear. Peace.
This is the React